Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream. If you're watching the replay, put any questions in the comments below. I'm Peaceful Nick the Medium. I'm an evidential medium, and I am here with Kathi Behrens, who's going to be joining me momentarily to answer your questions. We're going to do a 30-minute information session, a 30-minute one question answer, and then 30 minutes of medium. And here is Kathi. Hi, Dawn. Hi, everyone. Hi, Hotel California. And hello, everyone. Hi, Kathi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. So we're going to start with, let me see. I don't know if I can see. Oh, okay, there it is. You have to search yourself for lives. Okay. Oh no, where'd she go? So as I was saying, hi Megan, Gracie, hi Catherine, hi everyone. As I was saying, we're going to do 30-minute just mediumship information. We have a huge announcement to make. We're gonna make a big leap day announcement as soon as we get some people on here. I love that sweatshirt or sweater. I love those hearts. Hi Kelly. We want as many people to share the live, share. We want to get a lot of people on here because we have some big news. But we want to wait a little while to get that. Hi, One Rebel Angel. And so I'm Peaceful Nick the Medium. I'm an evidential medium. And this is...
Hi, I'm Kathi Behrens. I'm a certified evidential medium. For those of you that don't know me and everybody that's new here, hello, welcome. So
hello.
I'm not sure how far you got into it because I got kicked off or something.
I saw that. Yeah. I didn't get far at all. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Dawn. You just press the little arrow at the bottom to share. And click those likes. We've been watching other people's lives, and it's interesting how somebody with few followers gets hundreds of people watching their lives. So we want hundreds of people to watch our live because we have so much information to share. I haven't shared anything yet. Thank you for the little word. I just said we have a big announcement. But I want to wait till some people get on here. I said we're going to do 30 minutes of just mediumship information, just regular questions. Then we're going to do one question, as many people as we can, for 30 minutes, and then mediumship readings. So that's all I've said. I haven't told the secret yet. It's Leap Day. Does anybody want to know about that? Let me know. I can tell you about it. What were you going to say, Kathi?
Well, I want to know. Tell me about Leap Day.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I have a background in science, and I know my face looks really red. Let me try to... Oh, that's so much better. It's always different. This lamp, my daughter-in-law gave me a color bulb that changes colors, kind of like your ring light. Yeah. And it just will do whatever it wants sometimes. So our sun goes around, the earth goes around our sun every 365.25 days. And so our year is 365 days. Hi, Marty. Hi, everybody. Oh, thank you. Target special. The lights. So in order to make up for that quarter of a day, every 4 years, we have an extra day. And since February is the shortest month, we add a day there. But every year divisible by 400, because it's not exactly 0.25. I believe every year divisible by 400 is not a leap year day. So that's how we get leap year. Let me put my phone on do not disturb but I have emergency people who can call me.
So right before I came on here, I was watching a bartender, and she was talking about leap day and how she always wanted to card somebody that had a birthday February 29th. And she said that somebody came in and she ID'd them, and the birthday was February 28th. And she's like, oh, so close to leap year. And he said, well, actually, he was born on February 29th during a leap year, but they made his mom choose either February 28th or March 1st to be his official birth date on his birth certificate.
Really? I didn't know. Oh, Dawn says they're called leaplings. I love that.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah.
I didn't know they did that. Allie says, yes, they do that. Wow. That is fascinating. That is you learn something new every day. So anybody, if you have mediumship questions, share and click like, share the live. We only have 5 shares, so everybody share the live with all your friends and loved ones or whoever, because we have a big announcement we're going to make soon. What time do you want to make? Around 8?
Sure. Also, somebody asked if we were going to be doing readings, and yes, we're going to be doing readings. So after our Q&A, we're going to be answering one question each. So I would just at that time ask you to put your questions in the chat, and we'll go through as many and answer as many as we can. Yes, no questions. We'll tap in psychically and give you the best answers that we can. And then of course we'll tap in to spirit and see who's there in the spirit world. So we'll do some mediumship readings after.
Ooh, there's a really good question. We can take turns answering it. Angels among us, what would you say was your most important thing you did to develop your mediumship?
That's a wonderful
That is a good question. I would say going to mediumship development classes, because I knew zero. Like literally, I ask Kathi questions still about certain things that I'm like, because I knew nothing, like absolutely nothing. It just started happening to me, and going to development classes was the key for me. And second to that, doing readings. Lots and lots and lots of readings. Practice readings are so important. So those are my top 2. What about you, Kathi?
Yep, I definitely would say development classes, finding a good mentor, somebody that pushes you, because and like you know how I was when I first started. I was like sitting in the back, really quiet. I never said anything. And then
You were the observer.
Yes. But our teacher really pushed me to, step out of my comfort zone. So I really appreciated that. So definitely development classes, circles, practice readings. But one of the main things was just trusting spirit, right? That's like the main thing. Trust. So that's something that you really have to work on. I really needed to work on was trust. And not, letting go of that ego mind, and just trusting that spirit always has your back, spirit's always there, and just give what you get.
And I think the trust part of that comes in time, because for a long time I was very anxious before readings because I was afraid. And then I started to trust more, and then it was occasional anxiousness. And now most of the time I have very little to no anxiety before a reading. Hi, Lorinda. Everybody follow Lorinda Carr. She's a wonderful medium. She goes live all the time. She is so sweet and so kind. So trust, I would say, comes the more work you do. Hi, Kimberly from California. Wendy wants to know, did I find out? Goes, no. Oh, actually, yes, I did. It belongs to someone who's on here now, who called me later privately and told me it was for her. That's right. She's here. You know, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but yes, I did find out who that was. It wasn't a guide. For a minute, I thought it was a guide. And then this person called me and said, this was so and so. And I was like, okay, good, because they were stalking me. A question, Kathy, from Catherine. Are our loved ones still aware of certain dates and special occasions?
Of course, right? They're aware of everything, especially because we're connected at a soul level. So when you celebrate and you're happy, that makes them happy and they celebrate. So yeah, they're still very aware of those things. I would say that it may change, our perspective may change, the way we feel about things may change when we transition back. I like to say when we transition back to home, because those are all human things. But yes, they're very aware of celebrations, anniversaries, birthdays. They always bring them up in readings. Yep.
And Dawn says, I want to know if my dad has been visiting my granddaughter. I don't even have to make a connection to say yes to that. That's going to always be a yes. Okay, let's see. I'm just going back up through my, okay, yeah. All right. I think we got all of them. All right. Hello, Becky. Hello. Yeah, Loren Descartes. Everybody follow her. She is agreeing with that assessment. Hi from Washington. Oh, Kurander says, do you hear or see messages? This is a really good one. What do you say, Kathy? And then I'll tell.
Both. I would say both, because when we're connecting as mediums, and everybody has the ability to do what we do. It's whether or not you choose to tap into it, develop it, and you want to use it. So I'm not saying this because we're any more special than anybody else, but we all have what we call clairs, and you can tap into those senses. They're extra senses, right? So I hear things, I see things, and when I'm talking about seeing things, it's not with my physical eyes, it's with my mind's eye. So I hear things, see things, feel things, just know things. So information can present itself in many different forms when you're doing a mediumship reading.
Yes. So I see, hear, feel, very rarely smell, and I don't think ever, maybe taste once. But then knowing, the knowing. So when I first started mediumship, it was like one clair at a time. But as you and Kathy, we may have talked about this before, as we go through reading after reading after reading, all of mine kind of meld together. It's very rare that I just get like a sound. If I get a sound, I also will see the words. Like if somebody says, one time I was doing a reading and I could see the words just typed out, but I could also hear them in my head at the same time. So mine kind of all meld together. Does it happen when you do readings too?
I don't know if they so much meld together, but I do know that they change. So like you were saying, in the beginning of your mediumship, you had, one stronger clair, but I find that too, that they change. So in some readings, I'll be, it'll all be like knowing and maybe a little bit of, visual, or it changes depending on each reading. And I think that has to do with the connection between the sitter, the medium, and the spirit, depending on how that information comes through.
Absolutely. I agree with that completely. And sometimes a spirit's only gonna use clairvoyance and that's it. And you just have to figure it out. Like sometimes they'll just flash like 5 or 6 different things in a row. And I'm like, None of these things make sense. What are you trying? And then we have to try to figure out what it means. We've got some good questions. Dawn says she's only 4 and realizing that when people pass, they are not coming back. She's been sad. Oh, just give her lots of hugs and comfort. SJK, do you see someone and can predict for them like a random stranger? Well, for me, I don't ever approach a random stranger, and I don't do predictions in that way. I would own like somebody asked me in a reading the other day, could I tell them how long they were going to live? And I said, no. I don't want that power, and I hope I never have that. That is a huge responsibility, and I don't want to be looking at my kids, my husband, and know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know when it's time for me. I don't want to know when it's time for them. So what do you think about that?
Well, I was just surprised at that last part. What was the first part of the question? And I agree. I do not want to tell anybody or know any of that information. No. Plus, we all have free will, so you never know if we make a decision that may change our path.
Yeah, exactly. Do you see someone random and can predict for them like a random stranger?
So, yes, and I wanted to address that because when I connect with somebody psychically, I get their permission, right? They come to me and they know that they're coming to me psychically, and I'm going to tap in and we're going to talk about their past, present, future. And they agree to that. If I approach somebody randomly, they're not agreeing to that. And that would be for me like invasive, intrusive, so I would never do that.
An ethics violation. Mandy wants to know, hello, Jackie, hello, Michelle. Mandy wants to know if you're taking a nap and wake up to a knocking on your bedroom door, is that spirit?
Ooh, it could be.
I have some follow-up questions before I answer that. Was anybody at your house? And was it your dog's tail possibly knocking on the door? Because I know you have dogs. Those are the first 2 questions I would ask. If the answer to both of those are no, it's very possible they're trying to get your attention, especially because working on connecting with your spirit guide. And so when that happens, we're opening up and they start coming in because they know you're open. And that's where boundaries come in. And speaking of boundaries, you'll learn all about boundaries in my March 16th beginners mediumship mentorship. So if anybody's interested in learning mediumship, I have a new course starting March 16th. It's a 6-month mentorship. What do you say about that, Kathi?
So the only other thing I would add is that, when we're sleeping, we are closest to the spirit world, right? We're closest to where, I like to say, where we're from, so it's where our mind is relaxed. To me, it's very possible and, very likely that, yes, that's when you are connecting and hearing those things could be spirit,
And she followed up saying, I have I'm reading it on my laptop. It happened several times, or I'll wake up from hearing someone calling my name. Go.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
My very first extremely exact mediumship experience that I couldn't deny was I had laid down to take a nap and my mind was relaxed. So yes, yes, yes. They're just trying to say, Mandy, we're trying to talk to you. Wake up and pay attention. Just trying to say, Mandy, we're trying to talk to you. That's weird. They're messing with us.
Wow, that's interesting.
I have my volume down on my laptop, so there's no sound coming out. I'm going to turn it off. Nope, I turned it off.
Wow.
Okay, so everybody,
Do you want
I
me to
don't know what, here, let me
do you want me to
close
log
it,
off
maybe.
and log back on?
I closed my, I don't know, that's so. Okay, everybody.
Let me log off and log back on.
Okay. Okay, everybody. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay. All these weird. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. That's so weird. That's what happens, man. I thought it was my laptop, but now I can open that back up and answer people on here because it's easier. Kathy will be right back. Oh, okay. Thanks, One Rebel. All right.
Is it better?
How does it sound? Yeah, sounds better.
That was so weird.
Yeah, they are totally messing with you guys. Yeah, this happens to us. It's not. It is not. Oh, Mandy says that's I. One rebel angel says woke up and heard a word nonstop, and the next day heard that specifically word. Why? What do you think about that?
What was the first part? Sorry.
Woke up. No. I know it's kind of crazy right now. Woke up and heard a word nonstop, and the next day heard that word specifically. Why? This is from One Rebel Angel.
So it could be a message from your loved one. It could be a message from your guide. Obviously, someone is trying to get your attention, and they only do that for your highest and greatest good. So I do believe they were trying to get your attention. What do you think?
Yeah. So anytime events that seem coincidental and they really get your attention like that. I don't really believe in coincidences. I think everything there's a reason for it. And yeah, they're just trying to get your attention. So spirit will do things like that to try and get your attention. And they know if you're on here watching and you're seriously watching because you're interested, it's because you are open to the idea of communicating with spirit in some way. Just watching it, just learning about it, just knowing it exists, or maybe someday you want to learn how to do it yourself. They know you're open, so you're like a conduit, and they know they can communicate with you. So that's what I think. Mandy says that's awesome and good to know. Thank you. You're welcome. I love that sweater too.
Can I tell you a secret? I got it on Temu.
Oh, really? I just saw a video about Temu doing something with our information. I skipped it because I'm like, I had to send it to my girlfriend because she orders on Temu all the time. But it's very pretty. I love it.
Well,
go ahead.
I got suckered in.
Yeah, there's some really cute stuff on there. So much better, Ashley says. Curander says, my husband and I have heard our daughter say hello, but she didn't. What is that? Do you mean your daughter is living here on Earth, but you hear her voice? Is that what you mean? Hello. You're welcome. So let us know. Share the live, click the likes and share the live. Oh, yeah, we're over here. We were just answering Q&A. We're about to, in a couple of minutes, talk about a new project. We heard her say hello. Okay. But I'm still confused. Is your daughter living and you heard a different voice, a disembodied? Is
She
that
said
what?
she is living.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, okay, I see it now. It's probably just a voice from someone else. That's what I would think. If there's nobody else there and you're just hearing it, it could be a voice from anybody. It just sounds like your daughter, or that's what you're familiar with. That would be my opinion. What do you think, Kathy?
That's what I was just going to say. It could be spirit, but using that voice that you're familiar with to get your attention. Especially because I would think too, because it's both you and your husband. So think about somebody that both you and your husband are connected to in spirit.
Yep, I agree with that. That makes perfect sense. So, are you ready for our Leap Day launch?
Yes, I will let you do it.
Okay. Well, if I don't mess it up.
You've got the great background and everything.
Woo. Okay, so Kathy and I have been working on this project and we're very, very excited about it. And we thought there's nothing better than Leap Day to launch this beautiful, wonderful, exciting project. And all of you can participate in this. It is the Spirit Exchange. And for 1 year, we are going to host 10 mediumship galleries on Zoom. And they'll be 90-minute galleries. And you can, for the price of one full reading, our launch day sale is you get all 10 galleries over a year for the price of one full reading. And if you sign up on either of our websites, you can go to either of our websites and order by March 18th, you will get a private one-on-one reading for free, a 15-minute reading with either Kathy or myself, depending on our schedule, but you will get a mini reading, a 15-minute private reading. So we're very excited. These galleries, if you go on our websites and click on the Spirit Exchange, you'll see all the dates. They are Thursday evenings and Sunday evenings. They're kind of like every other time.
Afternoon. On Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon. That's right. Depending on the time zone you're in. So we are really excited. We hope to get many, many people involved. And after the first year, we will see how it goes and hopefully continue into the next year. And it's a really good deal. And if you just want to join, one gallery, you don't have to join all of them. You can join any one individually for only $25. And I'm very excited. And did I get everything? Oh, the first session.
I also want to mention that we're going to be giving away something at the end of each event. So that could be a private session, an animal communication reading, maybe a card reading, possibly a mentorship or a coaching session. So at the conclusion of each event, we are going to be giving one lucky winner a prize. So that's another nice incentive for you guys as well. And also, if you've ever been to a gallery reading or one of our gallery readings, you understand the amount of healing and inspiration and hope that provides. So even if you don't get a direct message, during that specific event, you are touched, you receive healing, you receive some sort of guidance and message. So we're really happy to team up to do this. And yes, you can sign up on either of our websites. It's live right now, right? Both on peacefulnickthemedium.com or kathybehrens.com.
I typed it in. So do you want to answer a couple questions and I'll type the details in the chat?
Sure.
There's a couple of good questions that have come in. Mommy with Advice has a good one.
Can you connect with someone who is profoundly mentally disabled in life? Yes. So first I want to preface this by saying I don't know who I'm going to connect to in spirit. So I don't know their physical ailments beforehand. That when those things that they had here in the physical, I do not know that. When I connect to spirit, they may bring those bits of information and those pieces of evidence through just to validate that that is them. But when we are spirit, when we are our pure soul and back in the spirit world, back in our home, we do not have any of those challenges anymore. So that's important to note. Second, I do want to say that I just, one of my last lives, I gave a reading to a mom in spirit to a mother from a daughter in spirit. And she kept showing me, her daughter in spirit kept showing me using her hands to communicate. So yes, her mom validated for her that yes, that's one of the ways we communicated was by signing. And I had no idea what her condition was or anything. And her mom got a wonderful message. And at the end, she did say that she was physically handicapped. She couldn't speak and things like that. So yes, we can connect with spirit, any spirit. And it's really important to know that we don't want to know any information about those spirits beforehand, or your loved ones in spirit. We don't want to know any of that information. And just also know that once we transition back to our home and back to the spirit world, none of the physical ailments, that may have been present here in the physical world, they are gone. They are so gone. So, yes. And I do have that story about connecting to that young girl on my Facebook page. And also her mom wrote a wonderful validation story. So if you look on my Facebook page, you can find that. And One Rebel says, to sign up, is it here on TikTok? Nope, go to our website, peacefulnickthemedium.com or kathybehrens.com.
I typed them in the chat on my laptop. Let me know if you guys can see the information in the chat that I typed, because I can't see it.
Nope, I don't see it.
Oh, I opened my laptop so it'd be easier to type all of that because typing it on there, that's so weird. I wonder if I go to your live stream and type it. I might do that. And Dr. John, hello. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you're here. I loved meeting you in person in San Francisco a few months ago. That was awesome. I will switch that over and see. Someone asked about evil entities. How do I get rid of dark entities that my family made a pact with? My family lineage were witches. I don't believe in evil entities, so I don't think that. I think maybe that's family lore for fear. What do you think, Kathy?
Well, I'm not sure Well, I have to agree with you. I don't believe in evil spirits. I believe that evil exists in the human physical world, right? But as a soul, we are all pure. I know it's like hard to believe or hard to understand. And I'm not sure what you mean about your family made a pact. I think it would be interesting to learn a little bit more before I could fully answer. So I'm not sure what that means.
I'm typing this in on the phone, so
Okay.
bear with me.
We see entities that are not human. My kids and I see in physical form. Oh, so when you see these things, how do you feel? You feel that this is dark energy? Then I would say return to the light, return to where you're from. I am surround myself in a bubble of light. I send any negative energy bounces off of me and goes back out into the universe, I would specifically work on grounding, letting that, run your chakras, run your energy, and put all of that negativity back into the earth. So those are just some things that I would suggest if you haven't tried those things already. Do you have any advice or thoughts?
I was typing, and so I will defer to your expertise. So I was trying to make sure I spelled your name right when I put your website in.
Oh, she says, I am a Reiki healer. I have done cleansing. Still, they show up, specifically with my kids. Well, that's so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have enough knowledge or experience with that to go any further or give any more advice. Do you know anybody that you could suggest, Nicole? I'm not sure.
I would say, she says, I've heard mediums claiming they can change the weather and stuff. Oh, that's a different person. Hold on that. Let's go back to the evil entities. I would say be wary, and I don't know how old your kids are. If they're young, I would not encourage any negative spirit talk. I would try to reroute them into something more positive if they're little kids, because that can be very scary and it can change the way they see the world forever and can affect them. 17 and 20. I don't believe in evil entities. I just have never experienced one. I believe in evil, like not evil, but negative energy that's kind of a remnant of someone doing something bad. And maybe some, spiritual counseling with someone reliable and someone that's not going to take you for granted, take advantage of you monetarily. Because there are people on the internet that say, oh, you have an evil spirit attached. Let me charge you $1,500 or $5,000 to get rid of it. And that's a lie. That's not real. So I would be wary, get somebody who, if you're already a Reiki healer, you probably know there are some scammers and some reliable people. That would be my suggestion. Okay, good. She's working with her Reiki master friend. And the other, I guess we're in the one question time period. So we are going to we will not do any pregnancy prediction questions. So don't ask about that. But we will answer any reasonable, well-articulated, mature questions. I'm only saying that because we've had some trolls recently. So, and Trent wants to know, are poltergeists real? I don't believe in that. I don't believe that's real, personally. And I don't think that mediums can change the weather either.
No, I don't believe that.
So, just noticed, Ray. Yeah, of course. I am all the Jedi, obviously, Mandy. I saw her at Hollywood Studios the other day. I'm a Jedi lady. I'm a Star Wars nerd. Trent, that didn't count as a question. Okay. All right. So we're going to get to as many one questions as possible. We're going to connect to spirit and see if we can give you, and we're just going to bounce back and forth. We're going to do as many as we can wherever we're guided. Okay. Are you ready? Put your questions in and we're going to go through them as fast as we can.
Mhm.
All right. Are these yes or no questions?
So that's what I was going to say. We should specify that these are yes or no questions. So put your question in the chat. It'll be a yes or no question. We may elaborate, we may not. It's just we're going to connect to your energy, connect And I do want to say, by you putting that question in the chat, you are giving us permission to connect to you, your angels' guides, to give you the answer that you are asking for. Okay.
Yes or no's.
Okay, so Christine says, are my siblings together? So I do want to say, despite, I feel like there was an age difference, and I want to say, despite the age difference, yes, they're together. Like, I don't feel like they were together a lot here in the physical world, but I need to talk about, because of this age difference, I just need to talk about, yes, they're together in the physical world. So I hope that answers your question.
I want to answer Trent's question real quick. She wants to know if that's actually her dad's face in the orb video. I made a video about this and she sent me these. And so what I would say is yes. And I say yes because I know I lost my mom young, and I would see her face superimposed over other people's face through the years. And I was always looking for her. And it wasn't that these other people looked identical to her. I feel strongly that spirit can morph things to make you notice them, that they're there. So I believe, the same as your father did, my mother would use her energy to make someone who may look similar to her look more like her, so I would know she was there with me. That's my answer.
Okay, so I'm just going to go back and I love this name, Resting Witch Face, asks, is McKinley guiding me? Yes, and I feel like, especially with new exciting things, because, and it is, I feel like McKinley is a little girl, but I just want to say, especially with fun, new, exciting things, McKinley is definitely by you, guiding you.
And let's see. Oh, when?
Next is Chelsea.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, next after that is Chelsea. Do you see that?
No, I don't see a Chelsea. I see Wendy Weisenhunt is my mom. Sorry. When we go, yes, when we go to spirit, all of the human garbage that clouds our mind and makes us do terrible things, or things that may hurt other people, or moderately terrible or really terrible, all of that is understood in a very different way. Humans are the ones who are doing the negative things. Spirit is pure love. Even if your mom was not cool, not nice, and mean, and even abusive, her spirit and soul, her spirit/soul is pure unconditional love. So yes, she would be sorry for hurting you. I don't see a Christine still. Is that what you said?
Chelsea, I'll go to her because I'm looking at the question now. She asks, is my grandma with me? And if yes, are the birds in the window her? So as I was connecting, I kept seeing yellow birds, and I'm seeing little tiny birds. So she does make me feel that those would have been her favorite. So if they're little tiny yellow birds, or have yellow on them, because she makes me feel like yellow was her favorite color. So yes, she is with you, and pay attention to the little yellow birds or the tiny birds.
Okay, Marty, am I on the right career path? I would say to this, whether or not you're on the right career path now, you will be put on the path you're supposed to be on at the right time. So you are where you're supposed to be right now. And say in a month, you get a better job offer, or a new opportunity, or you decide to start your own business, whatever it is, you will be routed to the path you're supposed to be on when it's the right time. Trust me, I was an educator for almost 20 years. I am now a full-time medium, and I couldn't be happier. And I was forcefully guided to that decision. Yes, Marty, you're where you're supposed to be. And also, if you want to manifest something new, you have to do the work to manifest it, but don't be forceful. Just be persistent.
So after that is Catherine, is Peter guiding me? It's a struggle right now. I do feel like he's guiding you, but I feel like he's also pulling back a little bit, because it's like, you've got to figure this out on your own a little bit. Like, there was now it's time to kind of like do things for you. So know that he is guiding you. Even if you feel him pulling back a little bit, he's still guiding you, but he's really encouraging you to take the reins, right? He's like, take the reins. And he's wanting me to say, you got this. Stop doubting yourself, and you will be okay.
Renee says, is my mom with my grandparents and brother? So all people in spirit, if you are in a soul family, which most people who are in a loving relationship here on earth are in a soul family there. That doesn't mean just because you're related to somebody that you're going to be buddies up there, because, sometimes you're in a, secondary or tertiary group. But if they had a loving relationship here on earth and they were on good terms for the most part, yes, they would be together in spirit. But Michael Newton describes in Journey of Souls that you have a primary soul group, a secondary, tertiary, and it goes on and on further, because you can't be in constant communication with the billions of souls in the universe. So you have a small group and then it goes out from there. So yes.
Marty says, do I have a daughter in heaven? And which is interesting. That's an interesting question, because when I read that, immediately I saw a gentleman holding a baby. So I do feel like you also have a gentleman in spirit that would be holding that baby. So I hope that answers your question, but that's immediately what I got for you, Marty.
Ashley asks, did my daddy see what I accomplished? Yes. In spirit, as Kathi said earlier, they see everything. They know everything that's going on. They come around us. They can see things, graduations, jobs, houses, kids. They can see all of that. Yes, yes, yes. And he's very proud of you. He said, for sticking it out. He's very proud of you for sticking it out.
You answered Trent, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy says, will I receive a promotion for next school year? Actually, what I'm feeling is it's not so much a promotion, so to speak, but a change in position, which I'm feeling is like equal but better. So and if you look at promotion as being like up one with more money, this just feels like a change in position at an equal. It's better for you, less stress. So I would say yes, that's a promotion, because anything less stressful is beneficial. So I do see a change for you, but not necessarily a up. It's more of an equal to a better fit and a less stressful environment.
Like a lateral move.
Yes.
Kimberly says, am I going to get married again? I've been single for 24 years. I would say, and I get a little snarky attitude because I've been married a long time too, and I wouldn't want to get married again. Especially if you've been single for that long, I would say, do you want to get married? I'll throw that back on. I don't do pregnancy or marriage predictions. I just give a lot of unwarranted advice usually. I would say, is that something you want to do? And if it is, make sure you have all of your mental health issues, emotional issues, trauma, baggage, all of that sorted out before you consider a deep relationship with anyone else, and make sure they are not a burden or bringing baggage. Make sure they are also emotionally mature enough. You don't want to be raising a grown person, especially after being single for that long, because being single a long time it's hard when you go from that to living with or being married to somebody. That's my little advice.
Angels among us had any advice from my mom. So we're doing yes, no questions. But I will just say yes, because she makes me feel like that was what she did. So just know that she always has words for you. She just makes me feel like she always has words for you, whether you want to hear them or not. So just know that, yes. Once we move into the mediumship portion, you never know, maybe she will come through and give a message.
Marty has an answer for you. Oh my goodness, thank you. That's my husband and the baby I never got to meet. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I think
I just got goosebumps.
all of these came kind of all at once, so hold on just a second. Lola, I'll say to you that what I said earlier, if you're not on the right path now, you will be rerouted to the right path, so don't get too worked up about it. There was something in here. Oh, I want you to answer this, Kathy. Mandy says, have my recent dream encounters been real visits from my past friends? I know her too well to answer that.
Immediately, I feel like this is wishful thinking. So that's just immediately what I get, because I'm not going to say wishful thinking, but it's because we want it so bad, right? And know that when they are real, they will feel real. So you won't even have to ask that question. And there will be no like sound, okay? Because I feel like right now that what you're seeing is like noise and sound, and it doesn't make sense. So just know that when they're real, they make sense. And there doesn't have to be any sound or noise. There's no talking. It's just like an emotion.
When I have visits with my mother in dreams, maybe once every year or two, we're talking, so I can hear things, but it's very different from a different dream. So my visits are like scenes from a movie, but I'm aware, like it's really happening. Like when I wake up, I'm like, that just happened, not just a discombobulated mess that's all over the place. So that's how my dream visits are. They're very real.
They
I
make
know
sense.
they're there. I can feel the emotions. It makes sense. It goes in order. It's not strange or odd or weird. It's like me and my mom are in the kitchen cooking, we're talking. We're, put the flour and the egg and the, milk and the mixer and, cook or whatever. It makes sense. So that's how it is for me when I have dream visits. Very, very real and in order. But I do have sound in my dreams. I can hear.
Oh,
I can't, but it's talking. It's not like weird noises. It's like just normal conversation. So I know what you mean by the sound. I
do you want to go back to Care Ander had a question, and I hope was that your Mandy? That was for Mandy, right? Care Ander had a question: is my dad disappointed that I didn't have a relationship with one of my sisters? No, I would say no.
I would say no. He understands why.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe someday there will be a way to repair that. But I come from a very large family, and there are many pieces and parts, and some people don't talk to each other, and that's just the way it is for now. And that's okay. You have to have boundaries. Mom says, is my late husband okay with me getting rid of his things? Yes. Struggling getting rid of the boat would be my answer. The things aren't them. Keeping the things are not, because they're around no matter what. I had that happen in a reading yesterday. Very similar question, very similar interaction with my sitter. Love is the key that connects our souls. What time is it? Let's go over our spirit exchange information, because it's 8:26. So while we look through the comments here, I will restate our spirit exchange leap day launch. We're so excited. Kathi and I have launched a new project called the Spirit Exchange. For the price of one full reading, you'll get 1 year of gallery meetings where you join in a Zoom gallery to get mediumship readings. Once every month, approximately, there's 10 total gallery readings. At the end of each gallery, we're going to pick one person for some type of prize, either a free reading, one-on-one, could be a mentorship, it could be a card pull, a card reading, a variety of different prizes we're going to give away at the end of each gallery. You will also, if you sign up by March 18th, you will get a completely free private one-on-one 15-minute reading with either Kathi or myself. And that will be if you sign up by March 18th. And the first session is April 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. These are 90-minute galleries. And if you just want to do 1 month at a time, you can pay $25 each month if you just want to do it that way. Otherwise, for $150, which it's normally a $250 price, you get 10 galleries in a 1 year time span. All the dates are posted on both of our websites, and it's called the Spirit Exchange. And I will type that back in a minute. Are there any more
We do have a few unanswered questions, and I'll go through and answer as many as I can because I don't want to leave anybody. Let's see.
I'll type the stuff in while you do that.
Chicago Girl says, how is my family doing? Well, that's not a yes or no question. And if you're asking about family in spirit, are you asking about family, that's here in the physical, maybe not near you, but I will go Chicago Girl with, I don't know if they're Italian, but like a lot of celebration around your family. So just know that they're happy. Patty says, does my son know how much I miss him? Of course he does. And understand that he sends you signs. Pay attention to those signs he's saying, because he does make me feel like you don't really, he's sending you the signs, but it's like you're not picking them up. So yes, he knows how much you miss him, and he is sending you signs to let you know that he is near. Henderson says, do my spirit guides know who my soulmate is? I'm going to say this. I'm not quite sure it's your spirit guide's job to give you that information. I think that is something that you find out on your path, depending on what you define as a soulmate.
I have some opinion.
Yeah, I knew you would, because you have a lot of good information about spirit guides. So
No, I'm just about soulmates.
Yeah, and yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've all loved more than one partner. I'm sure most people, most adults have loved more than one partner. I don't think there's one soulmate as a partner. I think you can have a soulmate that's a best friend, that's a dog, that's a cat, that's a horse, that's a chicken,
Yep.
a parrot, whatever. Soulmates are just people who are very close to you from your soul family that you're meant to be in contact with. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. There are people in our lives for many different reasons. Some are supposed to be in our life for 3 years, and it could be an incredible relationship of some kind. And then it's time for them and you to move on. That doesn't mean either of you did anything bad. It just means that was the time period they're meant to be together in any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. Or you can meet somebody and become fast friends and be friends for the rest of your life. And they could be a soulmate and they're just platonic. So I don't think we should be concentrating on soulmates as romantic partners. I think we have many soulmates in our soul family. That's my opinion.
Perfect
Um,
insight.
Thank you. Trent says, I've had more animals be soulmates than people. Animals are nicer than people. Carol said, can your past pet leave you signs? Absolutely. Kathy?
Yes, of course. I get them all the time.
I figured you would have an answer to that. Carolina, is Benjamin interested in me? If you're asking that question, then you probably already know the answer. If you have to ask, if you have to ask if someone's interested in you, I would say 95% of the time the answer is no. Because you will know if they're interested in you. It will be very obvious. Especially if you're talking about a male person being interested in a female, a male's going to let you know. It's going to be obvious. Brianna says, how much for a reading? We don't charge here. We're about to do some mini readings though. We both do private readings on our websites. I've typed them all in here. KathyBehrens.com. I'm peacefulnickthemedium.com. We both do private readings, but right now we're going to start doing mini readings.
Can I just, I wanted, Brianna asked, is my mom near? I lost her at 8 and I'm now 29.
I saw that earlier and I lost it on there.
So I wanted to answer that because, yes, right? You're connected at the soul level, and on the other side, in the spirit world, there's no time, right? We are connected always together at the soul level. So it doesn't matter how many years here in the physical that we haven't been together. They are always with you and always near and just a thought away, right? As soon as we think of them, they're with us. They're part of their soul is with us. Part of their spirit is with us. So, and I connected recently with a woman's brother who had passed like 40 years ago. So yes, I just wanted to give you a little peace of mind there.
I want to thank Kathy. She got me involved in a group where we were trading readings with other mediums. I think it was Tony Stockwell. And there was a lady on there who I follow on all her socials who gave me the best reading from my mother I've ever gotten. And my mother passed in 1986, and it was incredible. Like, I'm going to cry just remembering the beautiful details she gave me. So, and my mom's been with me this whole time, and I knew it the day she died. And see, I'm getting all teary. I knew the day she died that it was for a reason, to make my life better and give me better opportunities. And I know she's been with me since then, every day, guiding me. So your mother definitely, regardless of how a mother may have lived her life, she may not have been a saint, but they're still your mother, and there is some connection for sure. So we're having people ask how much for mini readings. On here, we don't charge for mini readings. They're spirit guided, which we're going to start here in just a minute. And we each do it a little differently usually, and we just take turns going back and forth, giving a 5 to 10 minute reading to as many people as we can fit in the time. So, Kathy, how do you start?
Well, first, I just want to say sorry if we didn't get to your questions. I'm like just kind of catching up on where we are. So sorry if we didn't get to your question. We are live here every Thursday, 7:30. So if we didn't get to your question, please feel free to come back. Follow us because Peaceful Nick goes live on YouTube all the time. I go live on my Facebook. So make sure you're following us and hold your questions until next time. Sorry. But I would like to do
Oh no.
What?
It's telling me what's happening.
What?
It's telling me it's going to quit my live. Okay, I guess it's fine. It gave me an alert. I've never seen that before. It said, due to inactivity, your live will end.
Oh, so I was watching somebody's live the other day, and they said if you don't press the screen, that comes up because they're trying to avoid people like being on there, like sleeping or.
Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah, because I've seen people just like play a movie on a live.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. All right, we're back. Sorry. That scared me.
So I want to do spirit. So what I do is I'm going to do spirit guided because I already know, because I'm kind of connected as we were doing those yes, no questions. So if you don't mind, whoever that was that had the baby girl in spirit, if she's still here, because that was the gentleman with the baby girl. If you're still here, I do want to connect with, I think you said it was your husband in spirit. Let me know if you are still here. And I'm sorry I forgot the name. So I do want to connect with a husband that is in spirit. And I feel like we already connected. You asked a question about, do I have a daughter in spirit? And I was guided to talk about a gentleman holding the baby. And I do want to talk about this gentleman. So I don't remember who this was. Let me look back at the comments here. I'm just trying to figure out who that was for, Nicole. I'm just going back through the comments.
Marty Woodruff, I think.
Oh, okay. Is Marty still here? I do want to talk about the husband in spirit, and I do want to say that I'm feeling much better. Okay. Marty, would you understand with your husband that he was sick? Because I just need to tell you I'm feeling so much better. It's really, really important that you hear that. And he's wanting to say thank you because you did everything for him. He's showing me, like, I don't know, like fawning over him. Do you understand that, Marty? And he makes me feel like he had like this deep voice. He makes me feel like when I talk, I've got this really, like everybody knew it was me kind of voice. Let me know if you understand any of that information, Marty. And if so, I would love to bring you live. You don't have to come on camera, just so I could hear your voice. It would be very helpful. Let me know if you understand any of that in the chat, Marty.
And sometimes these chats take. She was cut off for a second, so she didn't hear it.
Okay.
Can we bring you on screen, Marty? Or to hear your voice?
I wonder if we can invite her. I think you have to do it. I don't know if I can.
Let's see. She has, I can't, she only has 7 followers, so I don't think she can get, it's not letting me invite her.
Oh, okay. Marty said we can't you up. Let me know in the chat. Do you understand taking care of your husband? He does make me feel he was ill, and I need to tell you thank you, and I need to let you know that I am so much better now, and I just feel like this tightness around my neck, chest. So let me know if you understand that information. He was ill. Took care of him, and there's something to do with this tightness in my neck and chest. He needs you to know that he is okay. You understand those pieces of information. I just want to make sure that I'm connected to your husband. Also, he has a very deep voice. And he just makes me feel like everybody knew when he was in the room, like just when he spoke. So I just want to see how much of this she can understand.
Coming or not coming. Every time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
At least the squeaky voice is gone.
That was so weird.
Bizarre. I thought it was because I had my laptop on.
I turned my laptop off because I thought it was mine.
No answer.
Okay. What?
No answer yet.
Mm-mm. I don't want to lose this, so I really feel like this is her husband, so I just want to keep going. I do feel like an anniversary is coming up, and this could either be the anniversary of his transition or your actual like wedding anniversary, or even the anniversary that you got together, because I want to just say happy anniversary. Oh.
Some people are saying
it keeps freezing.
Her connection is bad, but he did have a deep voice. Some people are saying we're freezing, but you're not freezing for me.
Mm-hmm.
He understands. Okay.
Okay. Just know, okay, I wanted to give you this Okay. So this is so random, but I need to give you this. Something about the keys and misplacing the keys. He wants to say he's helping you find them, or he helped you find them. So I want you to know, he's just showing me the keys, and he's talking about the keys. Either you lost them, he's helping you find them, or he helped you find them, or there's something about the keys. So I really need to get that message to you. And thank you, he's saying, and the anniversary. Do you understand the anniversary? Because I'm like, I need to say happy anniversary. So your anniversary or the time you got together is coming up. He's saying happy anniversary. He's laughing too. I know that he had a very good sense of humor, and he wants to talk about like you giving him flowers. So he just wants to give those flowers back to you and say happy anniversary. Oh, both screens are freezing.
They're not freezing. They're not freezing for me.
Me either.
It's weird. Can I, while you're waiting for her last answer, can I see if Samantha Nicole is still here? Because she had a question. Yeah, some people are saying it's not. Yeah, some people are saying it's not freezing. Okay, perfect. Samantha Nicole, you had a question and I'm getting some information. There, yay. Hi. Okay, perfect. So you asked a question about ancestors that you may not have known, and this is something new for me to happen. I am seeing, and this may be what you're seeing or feeling. There's some kind of queen, empress, princess, some female that would wear a crown that maybe you are seeing. So let me know if you understand that. And then I'm hearing Vikings. So I don't know if you're getting some type of Vikings or, the Amazonian women. Let me know if that makes sense to you at all. This is completely new to me. If not, just tell me it doesn't make sense, or it does. But I see this female that was some type of, she has a crown of some type. And Kathy Sullivan, please hold your comment. We'll get to them as soon as possible. Kathy, why does this always happen?
I don't know. I'm trying to type in some information.
Oh. Marty says February, his birthday is next month and our anniversary is in July, and we did meet for the first time in February.
Oh, okay. He wants to say
Samantha.
happy anniversary.
Oh, Samantha, ever since motherhood, I have had some sense of spirits around me, but I didn't feel like I was related. Okay. Maybe your comments are delayed. I'm not sure if you understand the crown, the princess, queen, empress crown. So let me know. Otherwise, I am going to connect with someone. I do not, but that's beautiful. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Kirby. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Marty. Let's see. I have a comment here. Ivana, your son. So Samantha Nicole, to answer your question, and I'm waiting for Peter. Yes, you can have connections to ancestors, and I would suggest maybe a past life regression. I think there's several people. You know anybody? I think Lorenda Carr does them, I believe. Lorenda Carr Medium, she's on here. Ivana. Trent's mom always said it's good to be queen. I told my oldest son's a history buff. I'm waiting for Ivana. And he said, a coworker of mine a few years ago, hi, Ivana, I'm going to connect with your son. And a coworker told me I was an empress because I was the queen of the science department. And I told my son, he goes, Mom, you know what an empress does? And he told me all the bad things empresses used to do. And I'm like, okay, maybe not. Maybe I didn't know. All right, Ivana, your son. Okay, I'm hearing baby blue. So either he had baby blue eyes, or a lot of blue around him, which is kind of typical for a boy. I can't go live because I'm at work. No problem. I used to sneak at work all the time too on lives. To maybe his eyes or being called that. What?
She said blue is his favorite color.
Favorite color. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, blah. Okay, I'm just gonna doodle a little bit. Things are falling on my desk, so that's always fun. Weird things have been happening in my house. I'm gonna tell you about it in a minute. I see that he's talking about his desk at school. And thank you for all the likes and roses and everything, everybody. He's showing me his desk at school when he would have been a younger boy in elementary school. And he's showing me like little like stickers, like with his name and other little stickers. And I feel like there was a period where he had to miss a lot of school. Do you understand that, Ivana? Oh, thank you. I love that.
That was
Oh, that's my cowboy finally came through. Yes, that's true. Okay. Thank you, Ivana. And he missed being at school. And he just keeps talking about being sick. So I feel like he was sick for off and on over time. Off and on. Sick, and then he'd have to go to the doctor, and then maybe overnight in the hospital. He's okay, sick off and on for a long time. And he's showing me that you even though he was a bigger boy, he was a big boy, meaning he wasn't a tiny little baby. He was a big boy. Talking about that. You would hold him to comfort him as if he was still a baby. And he loved that feeling. And he said, I know I was comforting you, like it was more comfort to you, Ivana. And you just wanted to hold on and hold on and hold on and hold on, and treasure every moment with him. And he's saying baseball. So would he have played t-ball? Yes, thank you. Would he have played t-ball or something where you have his little baseball shirt or jersey, some type of sport? It doesn't have to be baseball, but he's saying baseball. Some type of jersey, could have been soccer, basketball, anything, but he's saying baseball. Do you understand that?
she says yes.
Was that to this? Okay.
I think so.
All right. Thank you. Oh, he left his football jersey. Okay, thank you. And he wants, are you putting it in a frame or shadow box or hanging it up somewhere special? He's talking about either you did that or you're going to do that. You're talking about thinking about doing that. He's saying, he's like, I love you. I'm around. My other son has it. Okay. 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 I want to give you a message. In big giant letters, thank you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your love. Thank you for never making me feel different. Thank you for loving me unconditionally. He's just screaming thank you in giant letters. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You comforting him made him feel less weird for being sick. That's how it's making me feel. And he loves you. He's around you. He's hurting my chest. Big love for you, Mom, from your son, and just lots of gratitude. Thank you for letting me connect with your beautiful son, Ivana. Thank you very much. He loves you very much, and he's very appreciative. Yes, yes, he's hurting my chest. Okay. I think you're going to tell me why that is, but Kathy, you can go ahead and go.
Okay. Okay, so I do want to I'm going to do another spirit guided, because I do feel like I'm connecting to a dad in spirit. And I do feel like I need to talk about my hat. I feel like this is very significant to me because I just keep seeing, and it's not a baseball hat. It is like, I don't know if it's a fedora or some other kind of hat, but it's very significant. I never left home without it. I always had my hat on. I also want to say that I was daddy's girl, so I do feel like he's here for his daughter, and he does make me feel like either you are the only child or the only girl. I do love being daddy's girl. And so interesting because I feel like he liked to collect things, but what I'm seeing is like rocks, and they could be crystals, but I feel like they're rocks. He liked collecting unique things, he's saying. And even if it was rocks, I feel like I thought spirit, that it was talking about his hat being very significant to his personality. He's also making me feel like you were daddy's girl. So that means either you were the only child or the only girl, and he liked to collect eclectic things, but he just shows me like rocks, picking up rocks and collecting rocks. So does anybody here understand the information so far? I do need to keep, okay. He does make me feel like mom may have got a little annoyed at your relationship because you had a better relationship with dad than mom. You had a better he's like, you had a better relationship with dad than mom. And he does make me feel like, talk about my job. It was very interesting. Very interesting job. He's saying I had a very interesting job. So it's like, not like your run-of-the-mill kind of job, because he's like, I got to do very interesting things. Let's see.
Trent says she could take everything but the hat, and today's the anniversary of his passing.
So do you understand, Trent, why is he showing me like collecting rocks or picking up rocks? Like collecting eclectic things. Also, he makes me feel like mom could have gotten a little bit annoyed because you had such a good relationship with dad and not the best with mom. Because that's very significant as well. He does make me feel like he collected coins. Okay. And he would just pick, I feel like I feel like they're rocks. I'm going to make sure that this is for you. Do you understand that he had a very interesting job too? Because he's like, it's not like your average job. And the relationship with him was better than the relationship with mom, he's making me feel. So if this is for you, I want to make sure you can understand all that information.
No comments. Again. Oh, she doesn't think it's him.
Okay. Oh, see, and it's so interesting because you see the comments like maybe 10 seconds before I see the comments.
It's weird.
Okay, so does anybody else understand this information? Because I know that
Michelle
when he came
can take
forward.
the cowboy hat.
Okay, perfect. Because when he came forward, I knew the hat was very significant. And Michelle, do you understand all the other information about being daddy's girl? Which means for me, either the only girl or the only child or the only girl. And something about collecting. Interesting job Oh,
Oh, no,
Liz.
I think Liz is just reiterating the
Oh,
evidence.
I
She's
got
one
you.
of my former students. She's
Okay,
helping.
mhm.
Michelle said, always found money. I'm the youngest, and he collected hats.
Oh, see, I don't see that. Okay. Are you able to come up live with us?
He collected hats and baseball cards. Let me see if I can invite her. No, it doesn't let me.
Unless you can request to join. If you click on the little multi-guest, little people looking things on the bottom, you can request to join.
I'm looking to see if I can invite her. Mm-mm. It's not giving me the option.
Okay. I do feel like this is for Michelle, especially because the first thing I needed to talk about was the hats, and I knew they weren't baseball hats, and they were like other hats. So that was like the first thing I needed to talk about. The second thing was the Daddy's Girl, and then the collection of, I kept saying eclectic things. So I do feel like this is for Michelle. Okay. I also want to talk about the relationship you had, because he's like, it was so, he wants to say it was more like a friend relationship than father-daughter, because he felt very, you felt very connected to each other. And he's just like, he just wants to talk about, I don't know if you keep saying I lost my best friend, or I wish I had my best friend. He's just talking, he just wants to talk about that. Do you understand that, Michelle? I also want to talk about, we were talking about dreams earlier, and he says, I see you in my dreams, or you see him in his dreams. If you could just let me know what you understand of that, Michelle. But I do feel like this is for you.
Nothing is.
Oh, thank you, Trent. Let me just go ahead and give a message, because we already got the validation for the few things. His message really is like, you didn't lose your best friend. I'm still here. You didn't lose your best friend. You do see him in your dreams. Okay, so good. He's just wanting to say, you didn't lose me. I'm still here. So I do hope you understand, like, when you have the, I lost my best friend, or he's my best friend, or like I could go to him for anything, you can still do those things. He's saying he's still very, and interesting. I wanted to say he's still very near, and he wanted me to talk about the cats. So I don't know if you have cats or he had cats, but he's just making a funny reference about cats. So I needed to pass that on to you as well. So I do hope that reading resonated, and I'm sorry, like, this didn't like connect with the comments. But Michelle, thank you so much for letting me work with you. I know that was your dad.
Okay, beautiful message, Kathy. I'm going to do one more reading. Before the reading, I'm going to talk about the Spirit Exchange. The Spirit Exchange Leap Day launch with Nick and Kathy. We have launched a new project. It's called the Spirit Exchange. You will get a year's worth of galleries for the price of one full reading. So instead of the $250 regular price, it's only $150, and you will be invited to attend all 10 galleries over a year. This will include giveaways of readings, card pulls, maybe a mentorship, a one-on-one mentorship, a variety of different things that, hold on, I'm blocking. A variety of different things that we'll be giving away at the end of each gallery. You will also get, if you sign up and pay in full by March 18th, you will get a free mini reading with either Kathi or myself. And that is, or you can do a la carte and pay $25 per gallery. So I am going to do one more reading. We've been on here a long time and it keeps saying, you've been on for 90 minutes, take a break. Oh, Samantha says your hair's gorgeous, Kathi. She said she wants tips. That's awesome.
Oh, you don't. It's terrible. It's falling out. I'm old. It's falling out.
It's beautiful. You're beautiful.
Dry.
Okay, so let me see. I'm going to do one reading. Put first name only in the chat. As soon as I pick somebody, hold comments because I'm going to do a quick mini reading. Yes, I agree with Liz. Kathi, be nice to yourself. First name with who you want to connect with. And whoever spirit guides me to, I will pick. Ooh, there's a only one time, please. I'll scroll through. Only one time. Only comment once. Oh, there's so many. I'm drawn to like 3 of them. I have to figure out who I'm going to do. All right. I think we're going to go with be patient, please. Thank you for your patience. Uh-oh, I hear somebody.
It's a puppy.
Perfecta. Are you still here? You want to connect with Laura? Both, Samantha. Both can happen. But you learn boundaries. So they don't just happen. Perfecta, Laura. What is this? Would you understand? Now, just know there's a bunch of people on here. So if this is the wrong connection, please forgive me. We have been here a long time, so I'm getting a little tired. Do you understand this being a mother figure, mother or aunt, someone of that age group compared to you? Just yes or no for that, please. Yes, my mom. Thank you. Okay. Oh, she's going to make me cry. She wants you to know that she's coming in hot with a message. She wants you to know you're perfect just the way you are. You don't have to, she actually said you're beautiful just the way you are is what she actually said. You don't have to change who you are for anyone. I feel like she's making me feel like you're going where you're feeling like you need to be a certain way or look a certain way or do a certain thing to satisfy someone else. And she wants you to know you do not have to do anything to satisfy anyone else. Do you understand why She's saying that. Just give me a yes or no. She's very complimentary. Yes, thank you. She's very complimentary of you as who you are. And she's saying, look inward. Look inward. She wants you to look inside. And she's saying, stop trying to please everyone all the time. She wants you to, and she's saying, like so many people have told me from spirit, no matter what decision you make, no matter what road you decide to go down, you're always going to make somebody mad. So 50% of the people are going to be mad and talk trash no matter what decision you make. So make sure the decision makes you happy and satisfied, not in a selfish way, but in a way that is emotionally healthy. And she's talking about a tattoo, but it could also be something in a frame. Is there? I see a blue bird. Good, thank you. I'm glad you understand that. I see a blue bird. Now, this could be something separate from the tattoo. This could be a different separate symbol, but she's showing me a blue bird and talking about a tattoo, and I also almost feel like I see an embroidery. Do you understand that? She's very kind and loving and compassionate and coming through with a lot of lessons for you. So she's just saying self-love. You have a red bird tattoo. Okay, I'll take it. I will take that. Thank you for telling me that. You might see a blue bird coming up, so pay attention to see if you see a blue bird. Or maybe somebody else in your family circle or friend circle has a blue bird. Oh my God. Sailor's a star. I love the baby. So know that your mother loves you very much and she's very proud of you. She wants you to look inward and do self-love and make the decisions that are best for you and that make you happy, and look for a blue bird. And I'm glad you said you have a red bird tattoo. That makes me happy. I was so scared to say it because it was specific. Perfecta, thank you for allowing me to connect with your mother. Know you are loved dearly, and I appreciate you allowing me to connect with her. You are so very welcome. So very welcome. All right, Kathy. Oh, I touched something.
Oh. Well, it's 9:15. We went a little bit over, but
Okay.
As you can see, my little puppy, she's not so little anymore. She's 12 weeks and she's probably 35 pounds.
She's huge.
She's getting antsy, so I need to go tend. So, but yes, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. It was so awesome. German Shepherd, what a love. Yeah. She is. Michelle, if you could email me, because I just want to make sure that we connect, because I do feel like I need to finalize that reading with you, because I do feel like it was your dad, and I don't know if we had the greatest connection on here. So if you could email me, that would be great.
Okay.
I have a white shepherd. Oh.
All right, don't forget the Spirit Exchange. I'm going live on YouTube twice tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern by myself and doing readings, and then at 8 p.m. Eastern with the Can Astrologer. So subscribe to my YouTube. I'm going to be moving a lot of my content over there. And Kathy, maybe you'll be going live with me on YouTube at some point.
I just made a YouTube, so we'll see. I just created a YouTube channel. That sounds better to me. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Join the Spirit Exchange. Don't forget, if you join by March 18th, you will get a free private reading with either Kathi or myself and free giveaways at each gallery. It's a year's worth of galleries for the price of one full reading, and many other benefits you can see listed on both of our websites. Good night, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, Liz, for helping moderate. And Kathi, this will be posted on YouTube whenever it downloads. Thank you, everyone. Give the puppies a kiss.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.